Hello and welcome to LFC Focus. Liverpool have just drawn 3-3 with Arsenal at the Emirates, and to be honest with you lads and lasses, I really don't know where to start with my post-match analysis for that, because it was a mad game, it was a mental game, it was a silly game, and to be honest, above all else, stupid. Stupid is the word that stands out for me in that, because of all the things that went on and of all the positives and all the negatives and of everything that happened in that game that makes it so difficult to do a post-match video, because I really don't know what the tone is, what the takeaway from that performance is. But if I am taking one thing away, it's just 2-0 up and 7 minutes later you're losing. Who does that? Even against Arsenal at the Emirates. Who does that kind of thing? Like, I just cannot wrap my head around how Liverpool have managed to not win that game. And yeah, at the end of the day, a draw is an okay result. I don't think I would have taken it before the game because, you know, I would have thought we could draw, but we could also quite easily get a win in this game if we put in a decent performance. So I'm not necessarily happy about the draw. I'm happy that we didn't lose the game from that position of being 3-2 down, but especially after being 2-0 up in the second half, it just baffles me how Liverpool have managed to not win that game, especially at such an important time in the season when 3 points against our top 4 rivals would have been so brilliant and so huge for us going into the second half of the season. And we've thrown it away like that. And I'm just going to go chronological order. I'm going to start from the beginning of the game and analyse from there because, you know, I really don't know how to actually break this game down, to be honest. But the game started off, Arsenal was sitting back quite a lot. They were trying to avoid Liverpool counter-attacking against them. And to be honest, it wasn't until Arsenal actually had a go at Liverpool and got forward a little bit that there was really any chance of us scoring. And as soon as Arsenal got forward a little bit, as soon as Maitland-Niles went a little bit too far up the pitch, suddenly, before you know it, in a flash, it's Salah versus Koscielny. And then again, before you know it, Liverpool are 1-0 up. It was a lovely header from Coutinho. His first headed goal in the Premier League for Liverpool. I'm pretty sure it's actually his first headed goal ever for Liverpool. Really nice cushioned header, very clever finish over Czech there, so that was fantastic. Liverpool 1-0 up. Finally, the game had broken for us, and it completely changed after that because Arsenal had to come out for us. They had to actually go for it. They had to try and score a goal and put the pressure on Liverpool, and that opened things up for us. And to be honest, we probably should have been about 3-0 up going into the half-time interval. We should have at least scored one more on top of the goal Felipe Coutinho scored. You had the moment when Salah was played through, gets saved by Czech, and Mane makes a scissor kick. One of them should have scored that chance. There's another chance before half-time where the ball goes into Salah. He just doesn't get it out of his feet. He gets it stuck. And that was a key problem for me today, was that I think the reason that Liverpool did not win that match is that Mo Salah had an off day. And as much as I know that we're not really a one-man team, it is all about the Fab Four, and that's the reason that Liverpool didn't lose the game in the end, is that those 4 players did all show up to a reasonable extent in this game. But Mo Salah just didn't quite have the game that he needed to have, especially with the chances that he was being afforded by Arsenal. You know, on another day, with the opportunities Mo Salah got in that game, he would have got at least 2 goals and potentially a hat-trick or even more. So Liverpool really should have extended their lead before the half-time break. We really should have even been out of sight of Arsenal by the time we went in for the interval, and I think we were all pretty worried going in at half-time, thinking, you know, we really should have this game wrapped up, and things could go very, very wrong in the second half. Fortunately, the second half started. Mo Salah gets the goal. Great bit of play from Roberto Firmino to drag the defenders and then play the pass just at the right time with the perfect weight to Mo Salah. That was fantastic. A great little move, and you thought, thank God, you know, we're not going to see a repeat of Everton. We are going to see this game out. We're going to be careful. We're going to manage the game, and we just didn't. We just can't. It's not that Liverpool didn't do it. It's that Liverpool cannot manage games. They cannot see out leads. It is just not something that this team is capable of doing. And I'm not going to say it's against Jurgen Klopp's philosophy, because the guy knows a little bit about game management. You don't get to where Jurgen Klopp is without knowing how to manage a game and see out a result. The problem is that right now, Liverpool do not have the players to do that. We do not have the players and the personnel on the pitch who can see out a result 2-0 up away from home against a top 4 rival like Arsenal. And things just unravelled so incredibly quickly. Had the Alexis Sanchez header should not have that space and time in the box. The ball should never be getting to him in the box from that kind of range. So that was just ridiculous. Straight away, the mood in the Emirates changes. The entire stadium makes more noise than it has all night. And just the game changed from there on in. Liverpool, again, just looked like rabbits in the headlights, kind of like they were against Sevilla. They just were suddenly presented with an issue and did not know how to deal with it. And then the second goal, Granit Xhaka, no blame on the midfield, no blame on the forwards, no blame on the defenders. All blame rests on the shoulders of Simon Mignolet, because he's just an idiot. He's just a total idiot. His technique there is all wrong. And yeah, the ball swerving, it's difficult, but he is a professional goalkeeper playing for Liverpool Football Club. He should be able to just palm that over, and somehow he doesn't. Somehow he just manages to get a little bit of a hand on it, but just about enough that it barely even changes the flight of the ball and it goes in anyway. And if you ask me, he's just as bad, if not worse, for the third goal. I know all the criticism is going to fall on him for the second, because obviously he does get that hand to it, and despite the movement, it is fairly central and he really should be saving it. The third goal for me could be even worse, because I just think with Ozil in that position, bearing down on goal, you basically take on the position of a one-on-one situation where you either go for the low block with the hands out like that and then one of your knees up and one of your knees down. It's hard to explain while I'm stood up, right? But you either do that or you do the starfish, the Peter Schmeichel kind of thing where you just make yourself look big. Mignolet did neither of those things. He basically just does this dive Superman kind of thing, sliding through midair, and Ozil's just a clever enough footballer that he just chips the ball over him like it's nothing. And I think I'm close to having had enough of Simon Mignolet, to be honest. He's losing us points at the moment. He's losing us results. It happened against Chelsea, you know. He just made a mistake that cost us the win. It happened today. He made a mistake that probably would have cost what would have been 3 points if Ozil wouldn't have scored that. So I just want a new goalkeeper, to be honest. I really want a new goalkeeper, preferably in January, absolutely 100% in the summer transfer window, if not. And thankfully, Roberto Firmino saved the day. And unfortunately, I missed the goal because my Sky Sports cut out, so that was gutting. But I saw the celebrations, I saw the scoreline saying 3-3, so I still had a little bit of enjoyment of it. But yeah, Firmino scores a goal. Awful goalkeeping from Czech as well, it has to be said. So at least Mignolet's not alone in being an absolutely appalling goalkeeper in that game. But still, Liverpool got themselves back into the game. From then on in, it was just stressful as hell. I could not deal with that last 20 minutes. I was on the edge of my seat. I was wringing my hands, getting sweaty palms and everything. It was just horrible, but also fun, because there was the idea that Liverpool might have won it. And sadly, at the end of the day, Liverpool did not win the game. There was no winner this time on Takeshi's Castle, and both teams come away with a point from what was, again, a mad, insane, silly, but ultimately stupid game of football. And if you're going to take one big positive away from that match, it's the fact that Liverpool will still go through Christmas in the top 4 of the Premier League, and that is a fantastic thing given how much our season went off the rails earlier on. We're still unbeaten. Yes, we had an appalling day at the office today, especially with regards to the defence and the goalkeeper in particular, but we somehow managed to come away from the Emirates with a point as well, and we're in the top 4, and I mean, that's all you can really ask for at the moment. So that is all for today's video, I guess. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Hit that subscribe button as well if you're new around here. Check out some of the other videos that have been out on the channel over the past few days as well. Don't forget to follow at LFC Focus TV on Twitter. And I'll be back soon, hopefully, for the pre-match content for Liverpool against Swansea on Boxing Day, where we can hopefully put this insane game and result behind us and get back to winning ways at Anfield. Bye for now.